A very good afternoon. I'm Nompumelelo Siziba. You're watching On Point. This story leads the bulletin. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump says he's won a magnificent victory for the American people in the U.S. election. He has thanked his supporters and the American people for being elected president again. Earlier, Trump addressed his supporters in West Palm Beach, Florida. He says it's time to put the divisions of the last 4 years aside and put America first. Although official results have yet to be declared, Trump just needs several electoral votes. That is, he needs about 4 electoral votes to become the 47th U.S. president. He's claimed 51.1%, while Kamala Harris is sitting on around 47.4% of the vote.
American people that will allow us to make America great again. And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes. But it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Winning the popular vote was very nice, I will tell you. It's a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president, this group of great people. America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good.
All right, let's get some reaction to the U.S. election results so far. SABC News Correspondent Stuart Smith is live for us in London. Thank you very much, Stuart, for joining us. So what's the sentiment there in the United Kingdom? What are the major editorials, for example, saying about the latest outcome?
Yeah, well, we heard from the UK Prime Minister already, as most leaders in Europe have done, congratulating the new US President-elect, Donald Trump, on his victory. Keir Starmer said that he looks forward to working with Mr. Trump in the years ahead. As the closest of allies, we should, he says, stand shoulder to shoulder in defence of shared values of freedom, democracy and enterprise. But there's uncertainty behind the scenes, not least because this is, first of all, simply a change of administration. Kamala Harris, if she had become president-elect, was expected to continue largely the Democrat Party's policy as it was under Joe Biden. With a new Republican president, things are going to change. But there's a particular degree of uncertainty because it's not clear to what degree they will change or not. For the UK, there are some big concerns, one of which is tariffs. Donald Trump has said he's going to impose tariffs on non-US imports into the country, and the UK could definitely be affected by that. The US, with the European Union, are the UK's 2 largest trading partners. Another big concern for the UK is to what this means for support for European security. Ukraine, yes, but also NATO, with Donald Trump having previously, when he was president last time, been very sceptical about the value of NATO for the United States and threatening its potential continuation working with the US. Then there's also concern about what this means for the war in Israel, Lebanon, Gaza, something the UK has supported Israel with, but has been very careful to caveat that with an obligation to human rights, at least politically, and that could change under Trump too. And finally, what this means when it comes to other areas of policy like China. The UK cautious about China, still wanting to work with it, something that Donald Trump may go further than the UK would when it comes to its relationship. So change is the big one, but an uncertainty overriding all of that about what this could mean.
Yeah, I think uncertainty seems to be the name of the game. But what are ordinary citizens saying on the ground? You know, what's the feeling on the ground?
There are people in the UK that are aligned with what Donald Trump wants to do in the United States. There are politicians too, such as his friend Nigel Farage in the Reform Party. The statements that Donald Trump makes about wanting to create a smaller government in the United States, wanting to work one-to-one with countries bilaterally rather than through large international organisations like the United Nations, the European Union, or other courts like the International Court of Justice. Things that Donald Trump talks about do appeal to UK voters and residents too, especially on migration, for example. Donald Trump's tough rhetoric there matching what millions of people in the UK feel with regard to immigration as well. There is concern for some British citizens about what this may mean for themselves when it comes to markets, whether this is going to change the state of the global economy. If Trump does impose his suggested radical changes to tariffs on US imports, that would mean a major change for the economic situation for all countries in the world, including the UK. Having said that, the markets here in London have largely been positive. The US dollar has strengthened against the pound by a bit less than 1 percentage point, largely on the back, seemingly, of the fact we have a decision almost straight away compared to the predictions of a decision taking days to come to, and potentially a contested election. From the market's point of view, that certainty that there is now a US president and the result is not being contested is a bit of a sigh of relief.
Yeah, indeed. Stuart, thank you so much for your time there and your insights. That was Stuart Smith, our correspondent in London.